Hey guys, it's Ariana. Welcome back to my YouTube. If you're new here, welcome as well. I talk all about stocks, real estate, and entrepreneurship in general. In today's video, I will be talking about DOGE COIN and Coinbase. Before I get into it though, let me just promote my socials. I also have 2 Discords, Bearish Bulls and Stock Cuties. They will all be linked in the description below. Also, I do have a remind so you guys can text me on this, or it is more than likely for me to text back on remind than on like an Instagram DM, just because on Instagram the DMs just lag really bad and reply on a DM because it just disappears. I don't know why, but go check out my remind if you want to get in touch with me as well. Also, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, hit me up on either remind or Instagram. We can talk about the one-on-one Zoom meetings that I offer and these are available for anyone at any level of experience. Even if you know zero, all it takes is dedication and the right mindset. But yeah, let's get started. Alright, so let's start with everyone's favorite Dogecoin. I personally did not invest in Dogecoin just because, first of all, I am underage, and if I were to invest in it, it would be illegally under somebody else's name. And also, I am a long-term investor, so these kinds of investments just don't fit my portfolio. But if I did want to take that risk, I would have for sure maybe thrown in like $100, just to experiment with it. And once it reaches the profit expected, I go ahead and sell it because, as you guys know, take your profits always. And after selling it, I will reinvest it into a second dip. Because as we can see in the chart, this is the type of crypto that goes through a lot of dips, especially when it's like extremely high, like hitting all-time highs. And I'll go a little deeper in that in a bit. I also do feel like new traders need to keep this especially in mind. You just gotta get familiar with the way Dogecoin moves. And this applies with any crypto, any stock, any trade, any investment in general that you're doing. You gotta know how that stock or how that crypto moves. This crypto especially is very easy to read because it has a lot of repeated patterns, and you just gotta learn about those and see how they usually move when things like that happen. So now let me hop on the computer, and let me show you guys a more in-depth explanation. Here is Dogecoin. Let's study this right here. This one right here. But as we can see here, it literally came from nothing. Like, just all of a sudden, it was less than 0.1. All of a sudden it decided to spike up, right? And as you can see, like, don't even look at this. Just look at right here. As you can see here, everyone at this point that got in here, they all knew that it was just staying like this, right? So once they saw that it spiked up, then of course they're gonna take those profits. I mean, who wouldn't? Like, there's no way this cryptocurrency has any value other than just quick gains. And then, as expected, it dipped, and then it went on for a little bit again, continued to dip, and this is when people start getting like greedy. So it's kind of like you just gotta put yourself in whoever invested in this view. You gotta put yourself in their point of view, kind of see what they were trying to do. They're gonna play like this. Now here's what I mean by it repeats itself. It literally just moves up, down, and then, like I said, stays back consistent, staying under the 0.06 mark, around 0.7 highest. And this is where we kind of saw like it's starting to set up. I will say that just off this chart right here, a good time to buy in. See, as we can see, 0.1 was the last mark before it went all the way to 0.3. I would say something in between that, obviously, right? So if Doge is going to continue to rise, getting in around, let's see, 0.3, 0.2-ish would be really, really good. Right now it is at 0.3, but I would say just keep watching it. Finally, let's talk about Coinbase. The first day that Coinbase was going public, which was April 14 of 2021, I decided to wake up at market open expecting it to, be public. So I woke up at 6:30 a.m. my time, which is Pacific time. It was honestly so annoying because I was just waiting for it for the longest time and nothing was going on. And then I saw a freaking news article saying that it wasn't expected to come out until like 1 p.m. Eastern or whatever. Eventually it did open. I don't really remember the exact time that it opened, but I think it opened at 11 a.m. because I remember I was like still in school and I was taking my lunch around that time. In addition to that, I was expecting it to open at 250 to around like 300, and instead it actually ended up opening up over $131 of expected share price. I knew that was too expensive and just decided to wait it out. So for the longest time, probably like 30 minutes, I was just sitting there like watching my computer, seeing how it moves, studying it bit by bit, just seeing where I could go in on a nice dip until I bought it. Luckily, it spiked up so high, which hinted to me that it was going to dip hard. And how do I know this? Just off the bat, I could see that it was way too overvalued, and everyone knew it was overvalued. So as soon as it hit like over 400, that just meant that a bunch of people were gonna take those profits and sell that stock. Eventually it hit around 310-ish. I got in at 317 just because I was hesitant over it because I thought it was going to continue to dip. I decided that around 330 would be a good time to sell it. So I went ahead and sold it around 333. It was so much fun, bro. It's never about the money. It's just like I love like feeling my adrenaline going and just knowing that from here on out it only gets better because I was able to teach myself a new skill. And this is a skill that can help you multiply your money in literally what I did this. I literally sold it like 1 minute later, or not even a minute, probably seconds. I don't know. But I made like $16 in a couple seconds off nothing. And it's kind of like, yes, it's a little amount, but it's just the idea that from here on out, like I said, it only gets better. And I love it. Every single investment I've put out to the stock market has taught me something valuable, no matter what. So now let's go ahead and analyze the chart. It opened up around 381 and soon after went all the way to 424. And like I said, everyone knows this is way too overvalued. And it just took a huge dip. $22. As I was seeing this, of course, I would get tempted to buy in here, but you gotta realize that this is barely the first dip. When it increases at such a high point like this, you just gotta be patient with it. As you can see here, there's a little tiny bit of an area where people were buying, but it just continued to dip. Like I said, it's just too overvalued. Just gotta be patient, and then eventually it got to the area that I wanted to get into, which was like under 300, right? Well, not necessarily under 300, but it was for sure around 300. So luckily for me, I decided to wait and got in at a pretty good amount. It was 317. Could have gotten in at 310, obviously. 331 to 337. That's where I decided to sell. And then as expected, it just continued to go down from there. I think it did end up hitting around 340-ish. But at that point, I'm just like, bro, I am not gonna go for another round of this. I mean, the only area that I would have been able to get in was around 320, 27, nearly 330. And it was just like, for $10 more, not worth the risk. I just kept watching it until market closed. It ended up closing at like 328. I did not touch it on Thursday nor on Friday. I decided to wait till market open on Monday to actually see what else I could do with it. So I decided to buy today. Here, let me put the 1-day chart. I decided to buy it today. So I woke up again at 6:30 and I decided to buy it today at 3:30. I decided to buy it at 3:30 and just watch it all day. I didn't really expect it to move just because all the hype has calmed down a bit. So this is where I am holding for a longer time. From here on out, I'm just gonna keep watching Coinbase, see when I should sell it. If it does decide to spike up again, I do want to sell like $10 profit minimum. I see getting in around 310 to 330 being like a good point, 325 probably. I did see it go around there. For now, I am just thinking about either holding it long term or swing trading it one more time. I did day trade it the first time. What I want to do now is just hold it long term. Just because this company actually makes money when it comes to all these people investing in crypto through their platform or broker. They make 0.5% commission, so that's really good, especially since, you know, people are making a lot of money from crypto, especially Bitcoin. This is a really great company, has a really great foundation. It's really very, very well supported company, and that is why I am holding for the long term. Alright, so just a little update. Today's the next day. I woke up and Coinbase took a really big dip, so I think it's just best for me to not touch it till everything calms down. If I'm gonna hold it for the long term, I'm gonna just wait 2 weeks plus. You know, I mean, that's like the best thing to do at this point, because it's just like not at a good place. We don't know the direction that it's going to, so I'm gonna just wait. But I do want to keep this company for the long term. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a blessed day. Bye.